Blended learning for me was a new term, but it described a lot of what I've already seen in my school. If I were to define blended learning, I would say that it is when a teacher differentiates instruction for the students in order to best suit their needs using face-to-face learning as well as technology. My school uses the rotation model a lot, and I learned that in the basics of blended learning video, and that's when the students go through rotations and they learn different things at each center in a different way. My school uses Chromebooks for that. They use tablets, paper, Promethean board, and face-to-face with the teacher. We're working on learning how to screencast, which is when a teacher films a video on the iPad, either using a picture or using their face, and the students are able to learn how to solve problems and get extra help outside of school. Something that I thought was really interesting from the Gerbic article was how he was talking about that teachers need to learn how to change their role, and they're going to take on a more of a facilitator of knowledge rather than being the sole source of the knowledge. I thought that was interesting because it's so different from the way that we're told to teach sometimes, and it's going to take a lot of change in order to get there. But I think that's how students best learn anyway, and that we're a little slow catching up. I remember when I was in elementary school, when we did important figure project, I did Edmund Hillary, and we had to create a pop-up book on how to show he climbed Everest and all this stuff. But I remember that because I had to find the information, and then I had to create a way to share that information. And the teachers showed us how to do it all, and then we were left on our own to go and research and do all of that. If the teachers are able to guide them into finding what they need to, they're going to remember it because they found it themselves rather than it just being handed to them. And I definitely think it's the way that education should be moving in. Blended learning, again, was a very interesting topic to me, and it fit something that is already happening in my schools every day, and I just didn't know that.